Hey everyone, I'm back, and today we're going to be talking about Star Trek Into Darkness, and this movie is directed by J.J. Abrams and stars Chris Pine and everyone else from the first Star Trek movie from 2009, and I did not really enjoy this movie that much, and I would say that this movie was a step down from the first one, and I thought the first one was fine, and this one I think is kind of bad, and the more I sit on it and just think about it, the more I don't like it. And what really upsets me about this movie is that the writing is all over the place and things that just don't really make a lot of sense once you think about them. And the way things are presented is kind of ridiculous. And the characters I don't really care for. And the villain, Khan, he's laughably bad. And Benedict Cumberbatch, he's trying, but he's not really given much to work with, and he doesn't have a whole lot of screen time either. To talk about some positives, though, I like the cast for the most part. I thought everyone who returned was good, and Simon Pegg, I thought he was one of the best parts of the movie, and he brought some energy to it, and although he's not in the movie very much, he was the only character who I was really entertained by outside of like the pacing, because this movie is very fast paced, but much like the first one, that's kind of by design so you don't question how stupid things are, and there are a lot of stupid things in this movie. And for the first hour 45 minutes of the movie, I was just wondering, where's the story going here? What's going on? What am I supposed to care about? What am I supposed to get out of it? What are we doing? Because everything's just brushed by so quickly that I can't keep up with everything. And now that the movie's over and I can think about it, it's like, okay, I get what was happening now. But that first portion of the movie, that's really what I disliked the most about it, is that I just didn't care what was happening. The action scenes in this movie, most of them are just kind of disposable and really forgettable, and the only sequence that I really liked in the movie was towards the end of the movie, which I'm not going to spoil, but I'll just give you a little bit of a hint. It's what one of the trailers for this movie is like based around, and it's like you see the USS Enterprise falling down to Earth because it's like pretty much destroyed, and that was pretty much the marketing of this movie, is that the Enterprise is going down, and it's like really dark, and things aren't as fun anymore. And that was the entire marketing of the film, and they marketed it as if the whole film was going to be like that, but in actuality, only a little bit of the movie is like that. Like the last 30 minutes. And I guess a couple moments before that. But that's about it. There's a lot of characters in this movie, and most of them have literally nothing to do. Like Spock in this movie, he barely does anything, and that's most of the characters. They're mostly just sitting around or walking around, and they just talk to each other, and it's not that interesting. And it's pretty much just wasting time, and the story could be moved along if it actually had things going on in it, but not a lot happens in this movie, and you're kind of just waiting and waiting for something to happen. And like I said, this movie is really fast paced, and that's a nice thing and all, but once you think about what happens in the movie, there isn't much there. And the entire film is just relying on you to find the comedy funny, or the characters to be likable, or be impressed by the set design and the money that's being thrown at the screen. And the production value is great. Everything looks like what it's being presented as. You never feel like you're on a set, and it all looks great, and the effects look really good. But once you get beyond that, there is not much there, and personally, I didn't find the comedy to be very funny at all. I thought most of the jokes fell flat. There were only a couple that worked for me, but that was about it. And the majority of them happened at the last scene of the movie, and that's not really a good thing. And that's about all I have to say about Star Trek Into Darkness. It's a mess. I don't really like it, and there are elements from the first movie that are kind of still there. It's just the writing really brings this movie down, and I can never imagine myself rewatching this movie. I do give this movie credit for the moments it gets right. Like, I think the performances are solid, and the production, special effects, everything, it looks great. I still like the Star Trek theme. Some of the action is fun, but outside of that, there's nothing here, and I would not recommend this movie to you. Even if you liked the first Star Trek movie from 2009, I don't think you're going to get much out of this film. And with all that being said, I'm going to give Star Trek Into Darkness a 4 out of 10. Thank you for watching my videos as always. If you enjoyed this review, be sure to leave a like and comment down below what you thought of Star Trek Into Darkness, and my social media links, they will all be in the description, so follow me there. And last but not least, subscribe to be a part of Foley Nation, and I'll see you when I get my next review up, and that is going to be for Stardust. So look forward to that, but until I get that up, thank you for watching and have a great day.